Hello and welcome back to yet another live AMA session with Newton School. I'm super excited to talk to Roshni today. She's here and is excited to talk to us about her journey with Newton School and how she made a rock star career. Thank you so much, Roshni, for joining me today. It's a
Thank you.
Monday evening, and I'm sure that you must be super busy, but you took some time out for us. I'm really
Yeah,
glad that you could do that. Let's quickly get started, Roshni. Um, I want to understand a few things from you.
yes.
The first thing that I want to understand is, why did you choose to make a career in software? Why did you choose to become a software developer or a full stack developer?
Okay. So to be like in my intro, I would say like I belong to an electrical background. I'm an electrical engineer by my degree. I had a 3 years gap from my degree, and I was at that point of time when the lockdown was there. I was at home, so I really got interested in React to be the first thing. So after that, when I got interested in React, so I was searching all the careers and everything. Obviously, I had a gap of 3 years, so I had to choose something which was effective so that I can go put my step into the industry. And yeah, I wanted to blow my career well. So IT was an industry that was really keen. Like I was really keen in joining that. So I was searching, and a friend of mine recommended me Newton School. He works in a startup where there were two students who were working from Newton School. So he told me about that. So I searched and I found the policy was really nice. The first thing that inspired me to join Newton was the pay after placement policy. That was really nice. So I searched more, and I got interested. Like, okay, the course structure is good. I saw good reviews everywhere. So I thought, yes, okay, it's a good thing to start again, to switch from electrical to IT. It's obviously difficult. After all, I had a gap of 3 years as well from my graduation to moving into the industry. So obviously, it was difficult to choose a path. But yes, Newton School made it very easy for me to lead me to the right path. I'm really happy where I am today. So yes, it all belongs to Newton School. I guess it's one of the best decisions I've taken so far.
Awesome, awesome. We're glad that you feel that way.
Yeah.
Roshni, while we talk about the fact that you chose Newton School after a 3 year gap, and you were from electrical background, um, how was the first exposure to? I do understand that you had a running knowledge of React, but how was your first exposure to the world of coding while you joined Newton School?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, like to be very honest, I had an interest in like computer science since school time. So the DSA part, which was the first classes were the DSA part, which was I was quite familiar with DSA a little bit. So they were very interesting classes. The instructor was really nice. He not only taught us like the DSA structure and everything, the basic syntax, but also live examples. What he gave, like what he used to have during his interviews, what type of questions can be challenging, different questions. So that was really nice. So the he really tried to build interest in the subject, which was very helpful. And I think DSA is a very important part when you step into IT career. DSA is the basic building blocks, which it's very important. So that part was made interesting. The instructor was like, I guess he's the best instructor I've seen regarding DSA. I've taken DSA classes other than that as well. So yeah, they were very helpful. So they actually had a very good knowledge of how to impart that knowledge to us. Like there are a lot of points where we know things but we can't pass on to others. That is a talent that everybody doesn't have. But the instructors at Newton School, they were really naturally, I don't know, but they had that thing that they can really pass on that knowledge to us very well. Apart from that, all the assignments which were there on all the topics, they were really helpful when while I was giving interviews. There were a lot of questions that were I have already given answers to during our mock interviews, or during the assignment the code snippets were there already. So all these things, it made it easier because I was already prepared to that level. So yes, the assignments, the mock interviews, the mentor sessions, soft skill trainings, everything, it was really helpful. That is why I guess we are all here. Like, I have more friends who are in the same company, so we all really feel great here. Like, it's been a great journey with Newton. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. So I love the fact that from the start of this conversation you've been talking about of DSA, and that too after knowing the fact that you are from a different background, you're not from the computer science background. It's very interesting to see that you are talking about DSA and you have a very good grasp over the same. Now, I want to understand that, it gets intimidating for a lot of people, especially ones who are not from the CS background, to, learn DSA. You have spoken about the fact that you've learned it extensively from the instructors, but what was some activities that you yourself did to make sure that you were learning DSA?
See, first of all, I think nobody has a magic wand that they'll just roll it and you can do everything. I guess if you have done the 50%, the 50% it's upon the student who has to work hard. So for me, I think doing the assignments and attending the mentor session, that was a must while we are doing DSA. I personally used to take down notes of everything the instructor used to teach. Personally, this was what I do for my learning. So I guess these points are really important. Nobody can, push everything into your mind. You have to work hard for yourself as well. Nobody can do it for you. So I think doing assignments, taking mock interviews for that as much as you can. It doesn't really, it depends ki you're not passing the mock interview or not. I gave a lot of mock interviews, so just as to improve myself. I passed in the first one, but still I gave more so that I get a good experience, a good grasp of the topic. So that was really, I guess, this is the key points where we actually get. I This was my first interview which I cracked, and I was in the company. So I guess the reason behind that was doing the daily assignments which were given, plus the mock interview. These two things were really the key points where we because of which we are successful. So yes, assignments and the mock interviews, this is what I will suggest everyone should go behind them.
Awesome. Roshni, you briefly mentioned that you were also keen on ensuring that your mentor sessions were, a source from where you would drive a lot of knowledge, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little more about the kind of rapport that you had with your mentor?
Yeah. Okay. So luckily, I got to interact with two mentors during my journey with the Newton School, and both of them were the best mentors. They not only helped us with the assignments or everything, they actually gave us the real world knowledge, like how we have to answer while we are in a company. So very like a basic topic which I remember was before the classes which were given on GitHub. My mentor helped us set up things and gave us knowledge on how to use Git. In my company, when I'm working now, I have a very so I guess this was because my mentor taught it to all of us. That personal interaction and everything, they're really good. So yes, I think the mentor plays a very important role while you are in Newton School. So that shouldn't be taken lightly. I saw like mentor sessions seriously. I guess they might be having some issues or something, but I guess this thing is something that makes Newton School way different from other institutes like that. While we are in college, and I saw a lot of students who were graduated in the CS background were also there. This is because I think they didn't get the real world knowledge from their colleges and everything. But here in Newton, I guess we all were shown that what we had have to face in future while we work in some company. So that helped a lot of students. That is what I observed during my journey in Newton. So yes, like mentors are really important.
That's incredible, Roshni. And I really like the clarity with which you are talking. Like, you know that, you know, you had a certain process to it. It's very interesting, like you said just a few minutes back, that, 50% of efforts go from both the sides. So 50-50, it's a game. And
Exactly.
I, I really admire the kind of efforts that you have put in building your career as well. Now, coming to mock interviews, because that's again something that you spoke about. You are talking to me so confidently today, and you know that this is a live telecast, and you know that we're talking to a lot of people while we are talking to each other. What is interesting for me to kind of see is you're very on point with what you're communicating, right? How did you get to this space, and how much of a role did mock interviews play in the same?
Yeah. So I like when we start giving mock interviews, when I started giving mock interviews, the first question that was asked by the interviewer was, okay, introduce yourself. I guess that's the hardest point. If you answer that very well, there where the interviewer gets impressed and he's also interested in taking the interview further. This is what I felt during when I was giving interviews. So yeah, I guess because I gave a lot of interviews in mock interviews during Newton School, so I guess that question, I like that answers. I gave so diverse answers, but I got so very well prepared with these. Like when I gave my first interview in the first company, like where I'm working right now. So in that also I was so confident. I was not scared in answering any question because I have given this answer so many times because of the mock interviews I've attended. So it made it all this was so easy, like it was just a like it was a chit chat. I found it like it was a chit chat because it was so easy. I was so well prepared with what I have to answer for every question. See, there are two things where while we are giving an interview, one is your technical knowledge that totally depends on you. Second is how you present yourself. We all know there is not like without a good promotion, you cannot start well. So everything you have to first show your personality. I guess that also I was a very good speaker orator while I was in school and college. But yes, that confidence, uh, obviously because of the technical skills as well as because of those mock interviews, I got the confidence to attend the interviews in my company. And right now, I guess in my company also, people are really impressed by the way I speak. So I owe it to Newton School, that part as well.
Roshni, just a curious question that I have for you. Do you remember, by any chance, do you remember how many mock interviews did you give?
I guess I gave around 15 to 20 mock interviews.
Um,
And I didn't, I guess I was not able to clear one of them. But in other
okay.
topics, I gave easy, medium, hard, all the levels I used to give. I didn't want to skip any of them. And I actually, at later part in the journey, I really enjoyed giving them actually. Because this was where I was testing myself. I knew I would pass now because I've given two levels, but still it was a good part giving interviews. You get to through the interviewer as well, you get to know a lot of things. So that was like that was all the cherry on the top kind of thing for me. While talking to the interviewers, they really help you know what kind of questions you'll get, how to answer. Maybe I'm answering a question correct, but the way I'm answering is not right. The way I'm expressing myself, I want to say, I may not express it rightly. All those things were corrected by them. So these things are also important while you give interviews. So yes, that were very helpful.
Awesome. So, Roshni, being someone from the electrical background to coming to a space where you were intrigued by React and then eventually joining Newton School, you've had a good journey. And finally, when you saw that, that journey was coming to an end, where you finally were going to get placed, how was that feeling like? How was the euphoria of being placed?
Yeah, actually, that process, it was so smooth, and I guess it ended so soon. Like I was placed in mid of December. You know, the first companies which I was, I guess, the seventh person to be placed from my batch. So it was so quick, I guess, and it was so smooth. Like I was getting the best part for a person like me is like I really forget things. I forget my schedule and everything. But the best thing Newton did to me is they used to give us 100 reminders that which interview I have to give today, which test I have to give today. So those were so helpful while you are working. You didn't get time to see okay the mails like which interview is there and everything, but they give 100 reminders. You don't forget that. So for a person like me, that was so helpful. Other than otherwise, I don't think I would have actually missed some of them, which were early mornings or everything. So, like they were like a clock to me, alarm to me, all the reminders. Apart from that, when I got, I gave my interview and I cleared it. I got the call from Newton School confirming that I was like selected. So I was really confused if I should go. This was the first company, if I should go for it or not. I was not really, I didn't have the knowledge about the company very well. So I talked to a lot of people from Newton, all the instructors who were there. Some I talked to my mentor who was there. So everybody was really helpful, giving me reviews about the company, giving me links where I can know more about the company, and all the questions that I had in my mind regarding those issues, they were also answered. So it was very, it was a smooth uh, part. So it didn't like, for a like I have never in my life given any interview before that. So it was a smooth process for me. Like it was like it went so easy. I thought I was actually a little worried about that phase, but it went on so easy. So yes, it was very, it was fun, I guess.
Awesome, awesome. Roshni, one last question I have for you.
Yeah.
You've had an incredible journey, and the kind of turns it has taken. For you to kind of take a call that you want to get into, software, and then take a call that you want to join Newton School. All of that must have taken a lot of courage. Can you give me one advice that you would like to share with everybody who wants to have that kind of courage, but somewhere gets stressed about it, or gets uh, worried about the fact that how will I make a tech career?
Yeah. So what I would suggest everyone, like it's a very common line to say, like you should take risk when it's up to making good things. But here, I guess it's so easy. Like I would suggest everyone, if whoever is interested in making a career in IT in tech. So I guess the best decision you people could ever make is Newton School. There's nothing on stake. You are not paying anything on advance. You're, if you're working hard, I can guarantee this that you will be placed, because that's very obvious. Working hard is the key point. Second, what's important is leading someone to the right path, I guess. And you don't have to worry about to give your resume here, have to see the vacancies or anything. You don't have to worry for that. It's all done at the background. It's all set behind the curtains. You just have to work hard. This is what it's your thing to do. Apart from that, everything Newton takes care of. So I guess you don't have anything on stake. So why not? So I guess everybody, I would suggest, yes, you should go for it. Like Newton, joining Newton School if you want to make a career in tech is one of the best decisions I would suggest.
Awesome, awesome. This is incredible, Roshni, and it's been amazing talking to you. I'm so glad that you could make some time for us on a Monday evening.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. I know that you are going to have a soaring career from your as well.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me here. I wish everyone who's seeing this all the best for their careers.
Thank you, Roshni. Thank you so much.
Thank you.